Good evening. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Today is November 25th. We are on chapter 25 of our Proverbs challenge for November. If you caught yesterday's video, we went over responding to the wicked in chapter 24. If you didn't catch that video, please go back, rewatch that video, or at least read the chapter, comment on it. Let me know what you thought, what you got out of it. The whole point of this, again, is just to learn and grow together in God's word and gain wisdom together. There is so many different nuggets in each of these chapters that I'm sure everybody that reads these are going to get something different out of every chapter. So if we're all going in, putting in our comments what we got out of it, it'll help us all grow together. Let's go ahead and get started on chapter 25. It says, more Proverbs of Solomon. These are more Proverbs of Solomon, collected by the advisors of King Hezekiah of Judah. It is God's privilege to conceal things and the king's privilege to discover them. No one can comprehend the height of heaven, the depth of the earth, or all that goes into the king's mind. Remove the impurities from silver, and the sterling will be ready for the silversmith. Remove the wicked from the king's court, and his reign will be made secure by justice. Don't demand an audience with the king, or push for a place among the great. It is better to wait for an invitation to the head table than to be sent away in public disgrace. Just because you've seen something, don't be in a hurry to go to court. For what will you do in the end if your neighbor deals you a shameful defeat? When arguing with your neighbor, don't betray another person's secret. Others may accuse you of gossip, and you will never regain your good reputation. Timely advice is lovely, like golden apples on a silver basket. To one who listens, valid criticism is like a gold earring or other gold jewelry. Trustworthy messengers refresh like snow in summer. They revive the spirit of their employer. A person who promises a gift but doesn't give it is like clouds and wind that bring no rain. Patience can persuade a prince, and soft speech can break bones. Do you like honey? Don't eat too much, or it will make you sick. Don't visit your neighbors too often, or you will wear out your welcome. Telling lies about others is harmful as hitting them with an axe, wounding them with a sword, or shooting them with a sharp arrow. Putting confidence in an unreliable person in times of trouble is like chewing with a broken tooth or walking on a lame foot. Singing cheerful songs to a person with a heavy heart is like taking someone's coat in cold weather or pouring vinegar on a wound. If your enemies are hungry, give them food to eat. If they are thirsty, give them water to drink. You will heap burning coals of shame on their heads, and the Lord will reward you. As surely as a north wind brings rain, so gossiping tongue causes anger. It's better to live alone in the corner of an attic than in the quarrelsome wife in a lovely home. Good news from far away is like cold water to the thirsty. If the godly give to the wicked, it is like polluting a fountain or a muddy spring. It's not good to eat too much honey, and it's not good to seek honors for yourself. A person who's without self-control is like a city broken down walls. So before we go into what the study Bible says, I want to touch on verse 21. I know we've talked a lot about forgiveness and forgiving people recently, or in the other chapters. And verse 21 is great because the whole point of I know you guys have all heard the kill them with kindness. And this is basically where that comes from. It says, if your enemies are hungry, give them food to eat. If they are thirsty, give them water to drink. You will heap burning coals of shame on their head, and the Lord will reward you. So when you have an animosity towards somebody and you're feeling angry towards them, and if you let that anger stir up inside you, you let that unforgiveness build up in you and that animosity, then you're not really doing anything to them. You're not hurting them at all. Even if you attack them or if you do something to them, likely they're going to end up getting you arrested or it's going to be worse for you. So regardless, if you're in your own mind, in your own body, hating them, It's causing division with you and God, and it's making you bad. It's making you sick. If you do something to them physically, or you go after them somehow or something, that's still causing you, that could cause you legal troubles. It could cause you a lot of things. But where it says here is love if your enemies are hungry, give them food. If they are thirsty, give them water. You will heap burning coals of shame on their head. So if a lot of times when we're mad at people or we have this anger towards them, I know there's people that I've forgiven, and I've spoken with them afterwards, and it was like they didn't even really know that they had done anything wrong. And I'm sure there's people that feel that way about me, that I have nothing against them, but for whatever reason they're angry with me and I don't even know why. And so it's not affecting me. The only one it's really affecting is the person that's having those feelings, right? And that's having that separation from them and God. But if you're kind to them and they are thinking negative of you, or they are talking bad about you, but you're helping them in their low points and you're being kind to them, that's not only going to show that you're the bigger person, but it's also you're either going to find out that there's no reason to really hate this person, or they're going to see the type of person you are. And as much bad as they talk, if they try to talk bad about you again, all it's going to do is come back that you were being nice to them and you were being kind to them, and they're still talking negative. So then it'll look bad on them rather than yourself. So that's just my take on it. I like that little verse. It's kind of the originator of kill them with kindness. So let's see what the study Bible says. It says, gossiping involves telling secrets, spreading lies, or meddling in the private business of others. This behavior is infuriating and can be catastrophic. Just as the northern wind is unwelcome with cold, also is a gossiping tongue contributes to a cold and contentious environment. Although there is much negative talk in our world, developing godly speech is possible. We can learn to control our tongues and refrain from gossip as we grow in our relationship with Christ. Choose to speak only positive things about others and responding properly to others when others speak unwisely. However, we must never cover up sin. We are not violating anyone's privacy if we seek help when someone's actions put themselves or others, including us, at risk. So that's another key point, right? If you see somebody that if they're going to hurt themselves, if they're going to hurt you, or if they're going to hurt somebody else, then it is good to point that out, or to go to them and stop them, right? But on the other hand, if you're just talking behind their back, that's not helping anybody. That's just making you look bad. So the other day I mentioned how I've had a bad drinking problem for a long time, and I've been sober for about 14 and a half years. If I was to start drinking again, and somebody that supposedly loved me or cared about me came and told me that if they came and told me that I shouldn't be doing that, yeah, I might get mad in the moment, and I might get angry with them in the moment because they're not letting me do what I want to do. But at the end of the day, it's going to show me who truly cares about me, because that person is risking me getting mad at them to tell me what I need to hear. On the other hand, if somebody was to go and just be like, oh, did you guys see Victor started drinking again, or blah, 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 running their mouth behind my back, talking bad about me, but not telling me directly that, hey, this isn't good for you, you know where that's going to lead you, how is that doing any good for anybody other than just making yourself look like, okay, you see that this person's leading themselves down this bad road, and you're just over there talking negatively about them rather than actually trying to help. Verse 23 says, as surely as the north winds bring rain, so a gossiping tongue causes anger. So just same thing. As much as the weather is going to happen, if you're gossiping about people, it's going to cause anger, and it's just going to make you look bad. It's not, yes, there are maybe whoever just as bad wanting to hear it, and it sounds cool to have the gossip sometimes. It's still, I mean, how many of you see people that's all they do is they run their mouth and they're talking bad about people? Then you can't trust them, because it's only a matter of time before they're saying something about you. And especially when it's not true. If you hear them making comments or making stories up or telling a story that they heard somebody said about somebody else, instead of going along with it and saying that and passing that story along, it's like playing the telephone game, because they probably heard it from somebody that heard it from somebody that heard it from somebody that heard it from somebody else, and by the time it got to them, it was completely wrong, and now you're helping spread this lie at this point. Just, I think if you see something that's wrong, confront it. Or if you need help, if you can't confront it yourself, take somebody with you. But don't run behind and talk bad behind people's backs, because that doesn't do anything good for anybody. All right, tomorrow is chapter 26. There is no study portion on that chapter, so I'm just going to read it, and then we'll just discuss whatever comes up to me. This is why it's important, guys. I really want people commenting and telling me what you guys get out of it, and that way we can all learn together and grow together. Have a great night. God bless you.